NFL commits $89 million to social justice as activist players begin to break ranks from their coalition. The NFL reached an agreement with a coalition of players to address a number of social justice issues with the help of an $89 million contribution from the league over the next 7 years. Specifically, the league's pledge will address criminal justice reform efforts, law enforcement and community relations as well as education inequality, according to a report from ESPN. The plan does not include a directive to end the ongoing protests in which players raise awareness of inequality and police brutality against minorities by sitting, kneeling, or raising a fist during the national anthem. The NFL has yet to respond to a request for comment. Philadelphia Eagles safety Malcolm Jenkins and former NFL wide receiver Anquan Boldin discussed the proposal with around 40 players in the coalition, according to the report. The agreement represents the NFL's largest contribution to a social issue, surpassing the efforts with Salute to Service and breast cancer awareness. The reported agreement comes after 2 players expressed displeasure with the coalition. San Francisco 49ers safety Eric Reid and Miami Dolphins safety Michael Thomas said they are withdrawing by releasing the same statement on Wednesday. With much thought and consideration, I've decided to officially withdraw my involvement in the Players Coalition founded by Malcolm Jenkins and Anquan Boldin, the statement read. The Players Coalition was supposed to be formed as a group that represents NFL athletes who have been silently protesting social injustices and racism, the statement continued. However, Malcolm and Anquan can no longer speak on our behalf as we don't believe the coalition's beliefs are in our best interests as a whole. We will continue to have dialogue with the league to find equitable solutions but without Malcolm and Anquan as our representative, the statement concluded. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell was reportedly furious at the news that Reid and Thomas had withdrawn from the coalition. Reid was the first player to kneel alongside Colin Kaepernick, the embattled former San Francisco 49ers quarterback who started the protests and remains a free agent since opting out of his contract in March. Kaepernick has filed a lawsuit against the NFL, accusing all 32 owners of colluding against him in retaliation for his role in the controversial protests. Goodell has spent months working with the NFL's executive vice president of football operations Troy Vincent, himself a former All-Pro cornerback, to find a solution to the league's ongoing public relations issues surrounding the controversial protests. The league has thus far resisted any new rules, requiring players to stand for the national anthem despite ongoing criticism from President Donald Trump. Trump previously referred to protesting players as sons of B and in a series of tweets suggested that the NFL's declining ratings are a response to the peaceful demonstrations. Goodell previously stated that it's the league's position that everyone should stand for the national anthem but has stopped short of requiring anyone to do so. NFL ratings are down for the season, but it's difficult to say that the controversial protests are the only factor. Viewership was down about 5% over the first 7 weeks of the NFL season, according to CNN. However, that decline is part of an overall downtick in ratings across all networks. Fox's primetime viewership was down 20% through the first month of the new television season, according to Nielsen data, while ABC, 11%, CBS, 6%, and NBC, 4%, have all seen a decline as well. The NFL's ratings have even recovered somewhat in recent weeks, as Seattle and Atlanta's Monday Night Football game on November 20 drew a 7.2 in metered markets for ESPN, according to Deadline.com. That was a 16% rise over the Miami-Carolina MNF game on November 13. Still, many fans have cited the protests as a reason they have stopped watching the NFL, which is why Goodell is eager to establish a plan with the Players Coalition before next week's meetings in Dallas. The NFL's proposal addresses both national and local needs. Nationally, owners will earmark $5 million this year with their donations growing to $12 million annually between 2021 and 2023. Locally, owners will donate $250,000 per team with the players expected to match those contributions. The deal also calls for fundraising opportunities as well as telethons and auctions of game-worn jerseys. Some of the funds that will receive the NFL's donations include the United Negro College Fund, Dream Corps, and a large donation to the Players Coalition, which reportedly filed 501c3 and 501c4 paperwork to gain nonprofit status as a charity.